Well, welcome to the MealPro cooking channel. Hi, I'm your host, Chef Dan Catania, and you're going to be in for a treat. I'm going to show you how to do sous vide. Okay, the word sous vide in French means under vacuum. So when you hear the word sous chef, that means sous, S-O-U-S, is under the chef that's in charge of the kitchen. That's why they call it sous chef. Well, this is called sous vide, under vacuum, and it's going to be cooked in what I call a water oven. There's some great places around that really do this technique. One of the great places around to do that is here at MealPro. So I'm going to just take my tri-tip and slice it right here in the middle. Okay, so you have two halves of the tri-tip, right? Okay, so the second step I'm doing is I'm going to take a little bit of honey, okay, just regular honey. I like to take this and I'm just going to brush this around my meat. The front, on top. That's with the honey and the hickory smoke flavor. So the reason why I want to do the hickory smoke is because you want that hunter flavors a la cacciatore to come out in your meat. So I figured, hickory, you could use mesquite if you want, but I chose hickory liquid into my honey. Okay, and then I'm just going to turn that around the other side. And if it gets too fatty, you could cut that off after it's cooked. But I'm just going to cut a little piece of that off here. The fat content. Okay? Like I say, you could leave that on there. It's not going to hurt it because you could actually, it does add some flavor, so I'll leave some of it on there. Okay? All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of the salt mix. So you could get any kind of salt mix you want. I choose to chop some fresh dried rosemary in here inside of my salt, sea salt. So I'm just going to sprinkle just a little touch over the top of each side of the tri-tip. So now we have the honey, okay, and we have that hickory smoke that's in with the honey. You have your Italian seasoning salt that has rosemary in it and a little bit of thyme, fresh thyme chopped inside of my seasoned salt. So that goes on top of it like that. And then next you're just going to chop up some fresh Italian herbs like basil, oregano, maybe some thyme if you want. But I just like to use basil and oregano. That's what I choose to use for my top of my meat. So I'm just going to add that on the top of my meat and press it down. And on top of this one. Okay, so now you can see the layering of all the flavors that I'm putting to this tri-tip sous vide. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to drop our meat in here, inside the bag. Okay, then the fun part about it is we're going to go over to our sous vide. This is a sous vide vacuum sealer. Okay, so there's all different types. You could get some at your local markets. You get Targets of the world, Walmarts of the world. They have these small little vacuum sealers. And I'm going to set it right down in the channel, okay, of that. And then I'm just going to press down on this. Some of them tell you to do that, and it's going to hit start. So it's making a loud word because you can see how it's drawing out all the air. Voila. And you press down both sides, lift up, and guess what? Vacuum sealed, okay? You could keep these in the freezer that way after you prepare them all. You could do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, any things that you want to do, like meats, pork chops, okay, pork tenderloin, beef stew meat, and season them well and vacuum seal them like this, and guess what? They're going to go right into the water oven after that, okay? So what you do is you just take the top off, drop in your tri-tip. Just set it and forget it. It's exactly what we're going to do here. Okay, so this is already preset. So I'm going to just hit that button. Now it's showing 99 degrees, the water temperature. And then this is going to change and hit 140. So the water circulator is going to heat this up in the water bath up to 140 degrees. And then you could walk away. Normally with doing the tri-tip, you would take a good maybe 6 hours, 7 hours to do it. You could leave it in there 12 at 140 degrees with the water bath, and it's not going to overcook it. It'll break it down a little bit some, but not much. It'll keep it nice and medium rare to about 140, 138. So this technique is wonderful. The next series I'm going to be doing is showing you how to take this meat and create it into a beautiful dish. So without further ado, thanks for tuning in. God bless you all, and arrivederci.